Hello, everybody.
Everyone say hello to Bruce.
You can't see me. Wait a second. Wait a second. You see me now? Okay. Hi, everybody. Sorry for not being there, but Elena's doing a good job, isn't she? Okay, thank you all very much. I understand from Elena that it's been a great conference and that you're all having a good time. So I prepared some slides to update everybody on what's happening with 360 Cities because we try to communicate with our members regularly, but not everybody in the room is a member. I don't know why, but everybody should be. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the slides. Elena, when I scream out a new slide, you go to the next one. We've agreed on that. So we're still on slide 1, and it's update and news. So really, this is supposed to be informative. There's not a lot of slides. It's not a long presentation. I want to be clear and to the point, and then at the end we can do questions and answers. So slide 2, in a nutshell. Okay, people ask all the time, how big we are we growing, we're a privately held company, we're relatively small, we don't give out lots of information, detailed information, but we can say that there's about 11,000 vetted contributors to our panoramic world. That means photographers who have been accepted, the quality of their work has been accepted to the 360 Cities panoramic world, and we're approaching 300,000 high quality interactive 360-degree stills. That's a lot. That's enough to be a successful stock photo agency, boutique stock photo agency. We know that because we know the industry. So we've reached a critical mass, a critical size, which is a good thing because we have enough interesting content from all over the world to monetize for ourselves and for our photographers. We're not sacrificing quality. Elena always says quality is queen, quality is queen. I say cash is king, but Elena says quality is queen. And we keep marching in the same direction. We're not going to reduce the quality levels in any way. We've been licensing panoramas now for about 5 years, and we've of the 300,000 images, we've licensed about 2,000 of them. Many of them we've licensed multiple times. Those of you who've received royalties know exactly what I mean. But it's still a small percentage of the whole database that has been licensed. About 1,000 photographers have received royalties, which is almost 10%. That's still a small percentage of overall photographers. And we have an average license price of over $200 per image. As you probably know, we license on a rights managed basis. So the same image will have a different price depending on who the customer is, what the customer is planning to do with the photo and for how long. Okay, slide 3. Okay, we remain the publishing platform for serious VR photographers. Okay. We've focused on stills. We've only accepted stills, but we will soon introduce 360 video. So treat this as an announcement. So there's an announcement, 360 Cities will soon launch 360 video, and it'll be specifically for us to license to our licensing customers and for Getty Images to license to their customers. Getty is very interested in working together with 360 Cities on this. Okay, quality, of course, is still queen. As a publishing platform, we regularly launch new features for users, but certain features we don't launch because we're totally focused right now on monetizing, helping photographers to earn money off of their stock imagery. We found that is a sweet spot. That's something that most photographers are interested in. About 90% of the photographers, over 90%, have their images available for licensing, and almost 90% of all the images on 360cities.net are available for licensing. We don't require you to make any or all or any of your images available for licensing, but that's just a fact. Almost 90%. Image licensing. Sorry, slide 4. Slide 4. I'm sorry. It's okay, Elena? Good. Our licensing activities have grown every year. We've become more professional every year. At the very beginning, we were amateurs. We were just starting out, and we've been doing a lot of research. We've had a lot of discussions. We understand how stock photo agencies, how they work. We're now traveling to shows and exhibiting, 360 cities, and trying to grow our customer base. Really, the distribution partnership with Getty Images, it's what we always hoped and dreamed for, because we know that we can never sell outward like Getty can. Getty has, I think, something like 600 salespeople. They have partners, and they're all over the world, and they're aggressively going after 360 business via our images. So we see Getty Images as the key moment to license more of our images, to get more photographers involved, more royalty payments. So when I said a bit earlier, when I gave an overview, 360 Cities in a nutshell, we expect that many more images will be licensed going forward, and many more photographers will be receiving royalty payments from us. Okay. Next slide. So, although we're primarily a publishing platform for 360 photographers, for VR photographers, we are also seen on the other side now as a boutique stock photo agency. And again, we're really going to stick to high quality and interactive 360. We also do image research for customers. We curate our stuff. We're going to start showing our panoramas in new ways that we haven't done before. But because just of the nature of what we do, we're in the middle of running a business. We're not a huge team. Things sometimes take a little bit of time, but there's some new ways we're going to be curating the content going forward as well, so that customers can more easily find what they're looking for. Or even better than that, we can prod customers into going into a different direction, because many customers know they want something, but they don't know exactly what they're looking for. Okay. Next slide, 6. Yes, this is a video. You may have seen it. You've probably seen it. It's only a minute, and this describes a little bit how some of our customers are using our content. So let's see if Elena can show the video, and I'll be quiet till it's done.
Dive into a world of stunning 360-degree panoramic imagery and discover a completely immersive experience. Take advantage of this exceptional quality and choose from our massive collection of beautiful photos from all around the world. Create dynamic content for portable devices and engage your users, readers, and customers in a more interactive way. Ads using immersive panoramic pictures have proven 50% more effective than flat photos. Advertising agencies, digital publishers, mobile and virtual reality developers, and others turn to 360 Cities as their source for 360-degree panoramic images. Experience the difference. 360cities.net.
Okay, the interesting thing about the video is that the gentleman who has that great voice, he happens to live in Prague. He's just a normal guy like the rest of us. But he's got a great voice. We like the voice. And we highlight that video because a lot of customers who come for the first time, or potential customers, they're looking for ideas of how they can use panoramas. This interactive content is new to them. It's interesting. My colleague Steve and I, we were in Chicago at a show a couple of weeks ago, and many image buyers, they've never even seen 360 photography before. Hard to believe, but it's really true. So in many cases, we're doing demand creation with customers to get them to really see what's possible. Okay, next slide, 7. Over the past few years, yes, slide 7. Over the past few years, we did a a total redesign of the 360 Cities website, and the purpose of that was to enable to build a licensing platform. You know, a typical e-commerce shopping cart sort of approach that customers are used to, where they can sign up for an account and then they can license, they can search, they can find, they can price, they can buy, they can pay, they can download the image and the HTML5 package, and then they're ready to go. And that really cuts down the time it takes to close a sale. And we launched about a month ago, and we're quite happy with the way it's going. We've made a bunch of sales via the platform. Of course, many customers come back and they want to talk directly with us because they're looking for volume, they're looking for things that might not be covered, they have questions. So we still expect that, it's not as if this is all going to be automated. We still expect that we'll be doing a lot of work talking to customers and spreading the good word. But we implemented this, we built it all ourselves. We're quite proud of our tech team, that did this, and we're happy with the results so far. Slide 8. Okay. Of course, just to make sure that it was clear how how this platform works, we commissioned another video, and apologies for sending another video, but if we show you this video, you get a good idea of how the platform works and how people can use it. So Elaine, if you could show this video, please.
Welcome to 360 Cities, your ultimate source for 360-degree panoramic images. Start your journey through our vast database of high-quality panoramic images by Welcome to 360 Cities, your ultimate source for 360-degree panoramic images. Start your journey through our vast database of high-quality panoramic images by simply clicking here. Let's say you need a great 360 aerial for your project. Type aerial and hit search. Thumbnails allow you to scan over the results quickly and conveniently. You can also browse images by zooming into locations on our world map. If you can't find exactly what you need, contact us and we'll gladly research a list of possible images for you for free. That's the one. Click for a full resolution interactive view of the image. Now, simply hover over the shopping cart and click Price Image. First, choose one of our standard usage categories or create a custom request by selecting Other. Then select the subcategory. And finally, the license duration. If you decide that you need our help, click Contact Us at any time. Choose Add to Shopping Cart to keep browsing for more images or go straight to checkout. Give your order a final check. And choose either to log in, sign up as a licensing customer, or check out as a one-time user. Add the requested data, leave a request or comment, and proceed to payment. Pay safely via a secure payment gateway without leaving the page. Choose your preferred payment option. And there you go. Once your payment is processed, you'll immediately receive an email containing download links to your images in interactive HTML5 format as well as high-res JPEGs. Now you have the perfect 360 image for your project.
Okay, thank you. Can we go on, Elena? Okay, slide 9. Okay, so we have the content in place, we have the community in place, we have a platform to sell the product in place, and now we have the best possible distribution partnership on the planet. We have Getty Images, and Getty is by far the largest, and they're totally motivated for doing this. If you go to their press page and you scroll down a little bit under innovation, you will still see our press release. Okay, so I can honestly say, after working with Getty about a half a year, we've been talking and working intensively. They're really into it. They've created a lot of sales stuff for their sales teams. They have an intranet where they can where they can communicate with their sales team, teach their sales team how to sell this type of content. We're getting results. We're getting every month. It's just started, but every month the number of images and the royalties it's growing, and it's a great thing because this is really what we wanted. We wanted to be able to, and this is what Getty is going to help us to do, to bring this type of content to the mainstream. So slide 10. So 360 Cities is what you call a collection. On Getty Images, there's the 360 Cities collection, but the photographers are highlighted. You usually see the photographer name. Sometimes you see the photographer / 360 Cities. This is our collection, and again, when Getty is positioning, is selling, they're going to be selling proactively from our collection. They're going to be bundling. In fact, they're asking us now to provide bundles and sets of images, and we're gonna start doing that. We've been very interested in just getting enough content up there for them to get started. So we've been focusing on that. But now we're going to take the next step, and we're going to start providing them with interesting sets of images. Okay. Slide 11. Okay. So how do you get your images to Getty via 360 Cities? Okay. Little history. The first thing we did, in November when we launched on 360 Cities, we launched, hey, there's this partnership coming up. We took and we curated about 4,000 images to get them on GettyImages.com so they could do a big press release. And we needed to get 4,000. We took a bunch of editors' picks. Obviously, we only took images that were available, that were available for the licensing. And we did all of the curation ourselves. What that means is there's a particular format that Getty wants the content in, and they want everything in English and good titles and good descriptions, and we did all that. But then what we did around Christmas time, we launched a holiday offer, and we asked all of our photographers who would like priority submission for Getty. A little over 500 photographers accepted our offer. And we gave them a tool a queue that they could curate their own images. Okay, that was a good and a bad thing. Some of the photographers took it very seriously, did a great job on the curation, which made our work a little bit easier. Of course, there were things we needed to change or we needed to correct, but it made our work a little bit easier. Some photographers did a lousy job. The photographers are great at photographing, but didn't really take the curation so seriously. So the description wasn't very descriptive at all. And sometimes we didn't know what to do with those images because we didn't take the images. We can't say provide all the details. So I can say that we're going to be opening this process up to many more photographers. And we're always looking for interesting and well-curated images. So we're going to be launching soon the next steps for how to get 360 stills and 360 videos to 360 Cities and to Getty Images. So there's a lot coming in the coming weeks. A lot of work to do on our end before we're ready to make announcements and launch these things. Because every time we launch something like this, it requires significant preparation on our end. And we're running a business, a service, and at the same time we're trying to build all this stuff. So we do it step by step. Okay. Next slide, slide 12. Okay. So you got to just make sure your images are available for licensing. You can make all your images available. You can make some of your images available. You can make none of your images available. Okay. Slide number 13. So this is the offer that we did something like that last year, and Elena has probably talked to many of you about the 50% discount for an extension or for another year of your Pro or new Pro account. These Pro accounts, we've been launching new features on the Pro account all along, and there are hundreds of people who have the Pro account, who enjoy the Pro account, and they renew every year. It's a nice thing. So make sure you have your coupon, and if you're interested, then you can talk to Elena. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Bruce. Are there any questions?
Yeah, I asked.
What's your strategy for releasing video on the site?
What, if I understand the question is what's our strategy for releasing video?
Correct.
Well, I don't know what I mean. Our strategy is to release video. So that's the strategy. We're going to release 360 video. We're going to ask photographers for some samples. We're going to take the best stuff and we're going to show the best stuff. And then we're going to step by step see how it goes. We realize it's early days with video. We want to be a little bit ahead of the curve because we suspect that it's going to take some time before, it's taken this long for panoramic stills to go mainstream. It's going to take some time for video. So we're going to start slowly and go step by step. The one thing we want to make sure is that when people upload their videos, that they're available for licensing, because that's kind of the main reason we want to do it. We can't compete with YouTube. We can't accept everything. Does that answer the question?
Yes, you're going to release more detailed specs about sizes and all that good stuff.
Yes. Of course we will. Yeah. We'll be sending out a some kind of a mass email in the coming weeks, but we're not going to send out the mass email until we're sure we've got it supported on our end. So there's some development going on right now.
Yeah, have you got any guide prices online for licensing? Because it's a bit of a minefield, really, as to what's acceptable for a client.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, have you got a guide price system online? Because it's a bit difficult to establish an acceptable guide price for a client for licensing.
Yes,
Do you have... Do you have guide prices on site?
Elena, could you ask the question just to make sure I've understood it? Because I heard like two different voices. Okay, there's an online pricing tool that customer coming to us can fill in. That was what the video talked about. That's the online pricing tool. Of course, when we go offline with customers, we determine the price with the customers, because at the end of the day, it's in everybody's interest to license our panoramas. It's good for us. It's good for the photographers. So sometimes the prices will be, or often the prices will be different than the usage that you see in the pricing tool that we have online.
Is the pricing tool online the best place for a photographer to go to get some idea of what they would be likely to make?
Well, sure. I mean, you just go to the pricing tool, play around in the pricing tool, and you can get an idea of how our pricing works. I hope I'm answering your question, because I don't see you and I can't feel what the question. I mean, we think it's pretty clear, the tool, how it works. Play around, try, and if there's any questions, come back to us and ask us any questions you have.
Okay, I'm George Pearl from Atlanta. I'm kind of confused. You seem to be a stock agency for photographs, but yet you advertise Get Pro for 50% off. I don't understand. Are you charging us to be submitting pictures to you for your sale? What is that? I don't understand the whole thing there. The Get 50%, what is that?
Yeah, okay. 360 Cities started out as a publishing platform for photographers. So 360 Cities is a free publishing service. So you take your, your panoramas, you upload them to 360 Cities, and they get published, and they get hosted, and they get shown, and you can share them via 360 Cities. That's the basic proposition, and it's free. There are certain premium features that we offer that, and you can sign up for a Plus or a Pro or a company account, but the service is a free service, okay? When you upload your images to 360 Cities, you have an option. You can say, I'm interested in in a customer licensing my panoramas, and you can make your panoramas available for licensing. And so what we do as another service is we license your panoramas. It's become something that we're quite good at, and we have a lot of experience with, and we have a partnership with Getty Images. So we're a stock photo agency, but we're also a publishing platform. So it is perhaps it's a different business model than what you're used to with stock photo, but that's because of our history. The photographers wanted to publish somewhere their panoramas because there was no photo service that would support them, and 360 Cities filled the gap at that time. Does that answer your question?
Very good. Okay, thank you very much.
Well, I think he's agreed that, understands, and afterwards, Elena, if you'd like, you can show him yeah.
Are there
anything else?
Any more questions? No more questions? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Bruce.
Okay. Thank you, everybody, and thank you, Elena, for doing this. And I'm going to hang up now, may I? Okay, have a good evening, everybody. Enjoy. Bye-bye.